Hello, my name's Mike. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first attempt at making a video to put up on YouTube, and I'm going to make the channel about my interest in bonsai trees. So today I'm going to start with one of my least expensive trees ever. The tree that I'm going to work on today was taken from a cutting a couple years ago, put into a small round pot, and I've let it grow, and it's just getting to the point where the trunk is fat enough that I can cut it back and start working to make it into a Shohin bonsai. So we're not going to have a show-ready Shohin bonsai by the end of today. In fact, it's not even going to be short enough to be a Shohin, I think. But it's going to be step 2 in the process of making a cool little Shohin ficus. So we'll see how I do. I'll give it my best shot. Okay, so today I'm going to do a severe reduction on this Green Island ficus. It's been in this pot for a couple of years now, and it's starting to grow a nice little base. It's developing some taper, but this is a tree that can be cut back severely, will heal over nicely, and we can really induce some fantastic taper, and in the process we can also end up with several extra trees, because these take well to propagation by cuttings. So I want to actually make this a Shohin, and I really like the base. I'm going to repot it probably later in the year and work on the roots some, but for now I'm going to get started on the reproduction of this tree, because I really do like it. Get rid of some of these leggy branches and turn those into new trees. Get rid of this and make the new tree basically this coming up here, and it may ultimately be this is my tree right here, but for now I'm going to keep this and probably this as well, just so that the tree has something to keep the photosynthesis going. So let's get started. There's not going to be a whole lot to this. Start by getting rid of this. I'm going to put this in water for a moment. Same here. And then I'm going to make 2 cuttings up here. I'm going to get rid of this little stuff here. And then I'm going to take this off to be a cutting. And the big cut, I'm going to use my knob cutters. And I take off, actually no, I'm going to just start with the concave cutters. It's the best way to get a good angle here. this is what we've got left. Okay, so I've got this rooting hormone. You can use almost any rooting hormone. It's a powder. I get this at my local farm supply. I think Home Depot sells it. Other garden centers will generally have rooting hormone. Alright, so there's my largest piece. I've got 5 other pieces. And this isn't a particularly difficult task. All you need to do is, after I've soaked the DE and let the water run through, I can just stick, you can use a chopstick, I use the back of the handle of one of my tools, and just poke a hole in the center of each of these individual squares. And since these are all wet, we got some wind today. These are all wet, they got fresh cuts at the bottom. So I just dip it in the powder, dust it off a little bit, stick it in, and tamp down around it. Repeat the process with the others. And then this one, ooh, I'm gonna snip these little bits off. And slip that in there like that. And there you have it. These are going to go over on my plastic shelf that gets misting a couple times a day. I usually will also turn the mister onto them when I do my regular watering, which is once or twice a day most days. They don't get like a heavy, you don't want a heavy watering, anything that would wash the soil away or cause the cuttings to move within the soil. It's ideal if they don't move at all, but you want to get the foliage wet and you want the water to seep down into the area where the rooting is going to take place. So that's basically it. We went from the beginning large kind of lanky tree to these 6 cuttings, most if not all of which will root, and this. I'm not going to seal the wound. The plant will do that itself. And I'm kind of tempted to take it back a little farther, but I want to make sure the plant's going to do well first. I can always cut this back later once this is grown some, and it may dry out some on its own. That'll slow the eventual healing over of the scar. But for right now, I want to make sure that I don't inadvertently, because I will sometimes make the mistake when I do this of cutting too deeply here, and then I end up somehow cutting off some of the sap flow that would come up from the roots and into this, which I don't want to in any way inhibit. Nor do I want to in any way inhibit the growth of this branch here. Eventually, I want this to be smooth coming straight down here and to scar over, but for right now, I just want the plant to do well. So there we go. Leaving these on here for now. That will help this thicken up faster, but eventually this is all going to come way down. These will go, these will end up in one of these, but that's how it is for now. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much. Okay, I know I said that was the end of the video, but here's the thing. I've procrastinated. I meant to edit the video and put it on YouTube right away, and it took a long time for me to just even find the software, figure it out, and spend the time to edit the video and put together the intro and all that stuff. So in the interim, my Green Island ficus has recovered, and I had to repot it, and I put it into a little Shohin pot that I made, and I've even pruned it back a couple of times since the repot, and here's what it looks like now. So the taper is not too bad. I've got branches coming out all over the place. The overall shape is good. This is well on its way. The big scar from the big cut is healing over nicely. I'm probably gonna have to take a chisel to that center bit. I might even have to work on the outside a little bit, but it's healing over nicely. And all in all, I'm rather pleased with the results. So that's gonna, at some point, something like that is gonna be the front. And I like the way it's looking. Let me know what you think. That's all I got for now. Stay cool. Thanks for watching.